Greetings, family, and welcome to another episode of Ask Dr. Mumbi. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray, family, that you are well in absolutely all your ways, and that you're moving into a place of joy, of bliss, of balance, because we have been mentally enslaved for so long, and now finally, by a blessing of the divine. I don't know even how to put it. We now have the opportunity to move into a space where we have our minds back, where we have our emotions back, because that is what was enslaved, family. And that is what has created this whole imbalance and confusion in the world, is because we were thrown out of balance. And the funny thing is, they always talk about mental slavery, but it's more like soul slavery, because they attacked our minds and made our minds think in an illogical way, family. And by making our minds think in that illogical way, it put our feelings out of balance. It threw us off. And because we were now thrown off emotionally, we were not calm enough, we were not balanced enough to connect to the higher realms, because you almost have to be like this, at least, for the higher realm, to even hear the sound of the higher realm. And so what we are trying to really heal, family, at the center of our healing is our emotions, or what some call our emotional body. Because if we can get our emotions in order, then it's like we open up the gateways to our imagination. We're no longer placing blocks and limitations. Oh, that can't happen. Oh, this can't happen. Oh my God, how do I feel? Oh, I feel this, I am that. We even misuse I am, which is a highest level manifestation, command to the universe, family. And a lot of us, our sadness comes because we keep saying I'm sad. Stories for other days. You know what? This show has been sponsored actually by Beverly B. Definitely check her out. BeverlyBmusic.com. She has recently released a healing meditation album, if I can call it that. It's called An Ancient Sound Healing Therapy, family, and it includes over 3 hours of ancient melodies that were directly downloaded into her spirit from the ancient ones, and it includes nature's sounds. And she also has 6 or 7 different tracks that are specifically for the chakras, which rebalance. And the chakras, as I always say, family, they're the energy centers. They're where, when the energy from the Most High or from Spirit hits us, it's distributed all the way down. Or sometimes it also comes from Mama Earth and goes all the way up. That's a whole other story. Family, that's why we need to get into, because we need to re-educate ourselves. Those are the levels we should be on. Spiritual science is where it's at. I think every adult is going to have to take a spiritual science course at some point. That's what we need. Because once you get all this, then it's so easy to manifest and to create and to have fun and to have money and to have good health and to have beautiful relationships and beautiful friendships. Because you're now flowing. But we were made like artificial almost. We were made anti-nature because of our thinking. And they rigged our thinking to influence our emotion, because our emotion is the connection between physical and spirit, family. But back to Beverly B Music. So she's included nature sounds, and her sacred music is not available anywhere else, family. And sound healing is really the next level of healing. Actually, that's even what I was going to discuss today. I was going to look at the different healings that we need to do now to put us back into emotional balance. So definitely check her out. She also does do individual healing sessions, which are very, very powerful and will be directly tailored to you. That's BeverlyBmusic.com. And for all you guys who reach out to me and you have certain physical ailments that keep recurring or have been so stubborn and persistent, then you need to seek these higher levels of healing, because it shows that the root of those ailments, be it fibroids, be it diabetes, be it, eating problems where you just can't control how much you eat, whatever the issue is, family. If you've tried and you managed to chase it away and it came back, then it's pointing to now deeper spiritual and soul root causes. And you know what? We pray to the ancestors that we will be led to have experience what we want to call the Dr. Mumbi experiences, where we can work with some of you who are led to us to kind of unlock these things in an accelerated way, because family healing is instantaneous once you have the correct information. You see, they're trying to bring the healing from the physical. I need to even get my whiteboard back, because family, it's almost like there's layers in our bodies. So of course, there's the most basic is, let's say spiritual, mental, emotional, physical. Babylon is taking us from here in a bid to get to the highest mental and conquer the highest mental. And so we have been trapped here because the staircase to heaven has been messed with. Whereas we're from here, but we're now being told that only this exists, because for the ones who rule the world, only the physical exists. And they've created so much confusion in the physical and created so much action. First of all, they create so much action. So your physical is constantly busy. And you don't have time to connect with the spiritual, which is your healing, which is what brings you back into equilibrium. You don't have time to connect properly with your emotions. So you're instead of now creating, you're reacting to the constant and consistent damage that Babylon is doing to your system by making you constantly act, which means your thought constantly have to be on eat, drink, do this, do that, go here, go that. It's all on action. And you don't have time for creation, family. And just generations of this. First, it was beat into us through slavery and colonialism. Now it's like wage slavery, where if you don't work, you basically won't have a way to live. Well, I mean, let's not say that, because there are magicians who are just, let me not get into that. So long story short, family, the thing that is and is still binding many of you right now to Babylon is your emotional imbalance. It's because they've made they've put your emotions out of whack. And there's no solution that can really come from the physical. Remember, it's all layers. So the layer above is what is influencing the layer below. So the physical is influenced by the emotions and the mental. And then there's lower mental and higher mental. And like now God, just God energy, like being. And so many of you, let's say there's 5 floors. Many of you are stuck on the second floor. Emotions, you're stuck in your emotions because of what has happened within your actions that have like pierced your emotional body because it's been out of balance. Family, I mean, I hope I'm making sense, because this could go so deep. And so you see, because the physical is not strong enough to even give you a solution here, you have to seek the higher realms for your solutions. So when we talk of the emotional body and now the mental body, the emotional body is like what they call the astral body. You can think of it, or the Rosicrucians, for example. They used to define it as the world of images. And then above the world of images was the world of sound. And that is now what they call the heavens, the spiritual realm, whatever. It's a realm of feeling. It's a higher emotional reality. So not feeling these animalistic things of I need to eat, I need to go to the bathroom, I need to do this, I need to do that. but feeling and resonating the higher spiritual knowledge and beings that are constantly with us and that give us this golden flow and golden shining aura. And right now, it's only them who can trickle down healing through us. And that's why Babylon has manipulated sound so much. I was going to talk about methods of healing, but maybe I'll do that another show on that, family. But basically, that's why Babylon has done everything they could to manipulate sound and music. That's why they stay on music. Because sound is also a portal. Sound is a pathway to connecting to your ancestors, your spiritual team, to having higher connections, and even to connecting to a higher version of yourself, which will put you in a higher vibration, which will heal you. And so sound, in its mystical and pleasurable way, once you have opened the portal of your mind, family, and at least your emotions are just a bit, sound can now come in and start to break down those toxic memories that we're still carrying in our physicality, because that is all that is blocking us, family. There's drumming, there's downloads like what Beverly B has done, there's sound bowls. It's like we need to hear certain octaves. For me, even the birds, family, are so healing. It's funny because I was talking to my friend who lives in Nairobi, and she was talking about how she hasn't heard the sound of birds in I don't know how long, because she could hear them through my phone. I don't know how you city people do it, for real. But anyway, family, the level many of you have reached, the physical has nothing to offer you in terms of healing you, in terms of bringing you back to balance, and in helping you escape the matrix. And the thing that is blocking you, because our ancient ones, our ancestors, are constantly communicating to us, the only thing that is blocking you is the emotional noise that needs to be brought back into harmony, family, which is also what sound healing does. So that you can now move into those higher realms of imagination, of clairvoyance and clairaudience and all that. But those are probably stories I'll get into in the future. Definitely check out Beverly B's latest, the first volume of Ancient Sound Healing Therapy, family, and use it to restore the energy centers, to start to restore your emotional body and reconnect and recalibrate you. Because that is how we move faster and freer into heaven on earth, which I call 5D, 6D, 7D reality, wherever you happen to be. Tuko pamoja.
Yeah, I'm hearing life was so simple then. Life is simple now, we just make it complicated. And it's true. We just need to look at our children, really. And they will uncomplicate things for us. Just go sit on the floor, grab some crayons. I do it all the time.